There truly is no failure. There's only experiences that breed wisdom that is going to facilitate resilience or redirection. And what I mean by that is when you go through experiences where you mess things up, the only way to really fail is if you completely quit. If you completely stop and change your goal, then that means that that goal, that dream was a failure because you decided to completely stop going after it. But when I speak about resilience, I'm talking about how you can mess things up or a situation does not go as planned, but it gives you the wisdom. You learn something where you're able to become more tough or more stubborn about focusing on the goal at hand. Um, every time you mess things up, you're learning something or you're supposed to learn something. Not everybody does. But if you do take away things, it only builds resilience where you'll get stronger the next time that you try it. When I talk about redirection, I'm talking about the fact of when you go through certain situations and you're going after a goal and you're met with these obstacles and you just keep being met with more and more obstacles, it may be time for not so much resilience, but to lean more on redirection. And redirection means that you're still going after the same goal, but you're tweaking the way that you go about it, or you're kind of tweaking where the destination is. So it's still the same dream that you have. It's just the fact that you're tweaking the way that you're tweaking the experience of it, you're redirecting. And sometimes the universe will redirect you, especially when you're not in alignment with what something that your soul will actually be satisfied with. So it's okay to be redirected, actually. That is not failure. Failure is really a state of mind. Failure is really like thinking that there are no more opportunities, there are no more, there's no doors that can be opened in this avenue. It's really just complete, like, utter quitting. It's when you have no faith in yourself or the universe or God or anything that this can be accomplished anymore. I believe that is where it's true failure. But even if we follow that definition of failure, is that really a bad thing? Is it really that bad for you to decide that I don't want this at all? This isn't working at all? Is that really a bad thing? And if you decide that, is it truly a failure or is it just wisdom gained on your experience with life? When you change your mind and you completely stop doing something, only person that can breathe that as a failure and decide it's a failure is you. It doesn't matter what other people tell you because it's your dream, your goal, your vision, and that stuff is internal. That is stuff that people cannot see within you. People cannot see your vision. They cannot see your goal unless you outwardly express it in some fashion. So when you stop doing it completely, only person that can deem it a failure is you because you were the only one experiencing the vision of it. Okay? And going back to redirection, an example I want to give you is Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri Richardson is a black woman. She's about 21, I think. And basically, she was supposed to compete in the Tokyo Olympics a few years ago, I believe around 2021. And right before she was about to kind of compete within that, she was casted off because she was smoking marijuana due to like her past mother's death and transition. And through that, she wasn't able to compete and she was gone for a couple years. Now we skip forward to now, and I talk about that redirection. We skip forward to now. She is now considered one of the fastest women in the world because of the Olympics, or one of their tournaments or whatever it's called happened in 2023 around August, and her winning that, and she set a record time. Now it took her between 2021 to 2023, so those 2 years of like kind of the off season part to get into that flow of that redirection that I'm speaking about. But it doesn't really stop there, because now I'm just currently now finding out from looking online that now she has a $20 million deal with Nike. And when you look at that, it really inspires me, because it talks about how, like, she could have just gave up. She could have been done. Like, after that and how they treated her, which was kind of unfair, they could have just stopped. She could have stopped, but she didn't. And speaking about that redirection, speaking about, I'm still going after the same goal. My goal is to compete and be one of the fastest runners and to do what I love, to be an athlete. But she had to get redirected. But one could say it's also resilience, because she got stronger. That experience only made her stronger. So in her case, it might have been a bit of both. But when I speak about the redirection, to have that $20 million deal with Nike, I'm sure that's not what she initially anticipated. But because she decided to stay the course and be consistent and be focused and say, no, I'm not going to fail, then she was able to move on to bigger and better things, And I really want to cultivate this mindset within myself, and I want you guys to be able to cultivate that mindset within yourself, because you really can't fail at anything. Like, you can't fail. You can't. Like, you just cannot fail. The failure is only the mindset. It's the choice of failing. You can't fail. Even if I lose a competition, or I lose this or I lose that, okay, I lost the battle, but I didn't lose the war. It's okay to lose a battle. Losing a battle does not mean I failed. As long as I'm still alive and I'm breathing, I didn't lose the war. You have endless possibility and opportunity. And if you're still breathing, there is still a chance, there is still a possibility of you obtaining what you want. Because everybody's soul wants something. And it doesn't matter what it is. And from my own understanding of my life is that it's just about how relentless, how dedicated will I be to having. There is nothing truly blocking me from it. There is only challenges. There's only things that's going to make it difficult for certain things that I want, but there's nothing blocking me from having. For example, like, I'm in college right now, right? And I really, really do want my psychology degree. That's what I'm studying. And it's been really, really difficult because I don't like school. Like, I don't know who does like school. And if you do, shout out to you. But I don't like school. I don't like turning in assignments. I don't like sitting down doing tests and essays and all that. Probably because I'm like really burnt out from doing that in high school and whatever like that. But I've been faced with so many challenges here. From going to a PWI with a lot of white people that don't look like me, from having like kind of undiagnosed ADHD, not being able to focus very much, having like friendship issues, having financial issues, having a lot of different issues, right? Those have just been challenges. And I can't truly fail. It doesn't matter if it takes me another 5 years to graduate. It doesn't matter, because the failure is only in the quitting. It doesn't matter the challenges that I go through, the battles that I go through. It just matters if I win the war, which means getting my degree. That's all that matters. Sometimes the ends do justify the means or the experience. I hope I use that quote right. But anyways, you just have to make it, and you can't allow yourself to seep into what a failure is. There really is no failure. There's only the learning and the growth that comes from the battle. And how exciting would it be for you to live a life where you tell yourself that I'm not going to fail, where I can't fail at this? How much different, how would you feel if you live your life every day like, I cannot fail? It doesn't matter if I get stopped for 3 months or 3 years or 30 years. As long as I'm still breathing, it is possible for me to have what I wanted. And a lot of times you'll notice what you want is actually not that difficult to have. Or not that it's not difficult to have, it's already in alignment. You're already supposed to have it. But it's, God, the universe, cares more about our spiritual lessons. So sometimes we will go through those challenges, but that's really because God or the universe cares more about what you're learning more than you just obtaining things, you know? So live your life every day like there is no failure, because there isn't. And if you still believe there is, rewatch this video, okay? My name is Tabari. This is Tabari's Garden. I'm so happy for you listening to this video. I really, really hope this helped you. Please tell me your thoughts in the comments, okay? Even if you disagree with me, tell me what you think. I love to hear from other people. And yeah, thanks for coming to the garden. I'll talk to you guys later.